It's 3:14 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Your heart is beating slightly too fast. Your brain is replaying a conversation from 6 years ago that nobody else remembers. You tell yourself something is wrong with you, that you're broken, that everyone else is sleeping fine. They're not, and neither were your ancestors. In fact, what you're experiencing right now, at 3 a.m. in the dark, completely awake, is a 30,000-year-old instinct doing exactly what it was built to do. This is file number 001. Tonight, we investigate why you wake up at 3 a.m. and why your ancestors did too. For most of human history, sleep didn't look like yours. No 8-hour blocks, no blackout curtains, no alarm clocks, no melatonin gummies. And yet, across every continent, every culture, every era we have records for, humans left behind the same strange clue. A clue so widespread, it took historians 200 years to notice it was even there. 2 sleeps, not 1, and a gap in between where something interesting was happening. 3 pieces of evidence prove this. Let's examine each one. The year 2001. A historian named Roger Ekirch publishes a paper that quietly rewrites everything we thought we knew about sleep. For 16 years, Ekirch had been reading old documents, diaries, court records, medical journals, plays, prayer books, even police reports. Over 500 sources spanning the 1500s to the 1800s, from England, France, Italy, the American colonies. And in nearly every one, the same 2 phrases appeared: first sleep and second sleep. At first, he thought it was a translation quirk. It wasn't. The pattern was identical everywhere. People went to bed shortly after sunset, around 9 p.m. They slept for roughly 3 hours. Then, around midnight, they woke up, not by accident, on purpose. For the next 1 or 2 hours, they were awake in the middle of the night, and the records describe in detail what they did with that time. They prayed. They had sex. Manuals from the 1500s explicitly recommend it during this gap. They visited neighbors. They wrote letters. Some smoked. Some read. Some just sat by the dying fire and thought. Then they returned to bed for their second sleep until morning. This wasn't insomnia. This was sleep working exactly the way humans had done it for thousands of years. But maybe, you could argue, this is just a European thing, a quirk of pre-industrial culture, not actually ancient. Exhibit B says otherwise. 2017, researchers from Duke University traveled to northern Tanzania to study the Hadza, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. The Hadza live almost exactly the way humans lived 30,000 years ago. No agriculture, no electricity, no buildings. For 20 nights, the team strapped sleep-tracking devices to 33 members of the tribe. They wanted to answer one question: how does a human sleep when nothing modern has touched their environment? The result was published in a paper that should freak you out a little. Across 220 hours of group sleep, every adult member of the tribe was unconscious at the same time for a total of 18 minutes. 18 minutes out of 220 hours. Someone in the camp was always awake. Older members naturally woke up earlier. Younger ones stayed up later. The middle-aged got fragmented sleep. And critically, nobody scheduled this. No watch shifts, no assignments. It happened by instinct. The group was running an unconscious security system, distributed across age groups, that kept the camp alert 24 hours a day, without anyone noticing it was happening. Now overlay the 2 exhibits. European historical records. Humans woke up in the middle of the night, by themselves, on purpose. Hadza modern records. Humans never fully sleep as a group. Someone is always awake, by instinct, not by choice. A pattern emerges from the evidence. Ancient humans didn't sleep alone, and they didn't sleep continuously. Their nervous systems were wired for distributed vigilance, because for 200,000 years, the dark wasn't empty. It contained predators, rival tribes, fire that needed tending, children that needed watching, storms that could kill you in your sleep. Continuous unconscious sleep would have been a death sentence. So the human brain evolved a different solution. It built waking into the sleep cycle itself. Every human, every night, would briefly come online, scan the environment, and only then return to unconsciousness. And here's the part that matters to you. That wiring didn't disappear when humans moved into apartments. It's still running, still scanning, still waking you up at 3 a.m., looking for a predator that isn't there, looking for a fire that doesn't need tending, looking for a threat that hasn't existed for 10,000 years. Your insomnia isn't a disorder, it's an inheritance. So, let's review the case. For 200,000 years, your ancestors woke up in the middle of every night. They didn't fight it. They didn't medicate it. They didn't call it a disorder. They got up, they tended the fire, they thought, they sometimes made love. Then they went back to sleep. In the 1800s, with the invention of artificial lighting and industrial work schedules, that second waking quietly disappeared from human culture. Within 50 years, doctors had renamed it insomnia, a problem, a pathology, a disease that needed treatment. But the wiring didn't disappear, only the permission to use it did. You don't have insomnia. You have an instinct, a 30,000-year-old security protocol running on hardware it was never told to leave behind. Your brain isn't broken at 3 a.m. It's doing exactly what it was built for. The world just changed faster than your biology could. Tonight, when you wake up, don't fight it. Your ancestors didn't. They got up, they thought, they watched the fire. And then, when they were ready, they went back to sleep. File number 001. Closed. Next investigation. What ancient humans did when someone died. The first goodbye in human history was 70,000 years ago, and the evidence is buried in a cave in Iraq. Subscribe to open the next file.